Now, it's very unusual for a religious community to have its college over 300 miles away. Normally, they're right on their campus. But our sisters are pretty adventurous. And when they see a need, we go to where the greatest need is. And that was in western Iowa. So that's how the dream began. It was a partnership between the Sioux City Diocese and the Sisters of St. Francis.
Briarcliff College began in the heart and mind of Mother Dominica Winnicke, long before a brick was laid or a book was purchased. Years later, she collaborated with Bishop Edmund Heelan of the Sioux City Diocese in establishing a college for women on a bleak, briar-covered hill on the north edge of Sioux City. Before building began, several sisters from Lamar's visited the site. On the way back, Lena Grennan, a sibling of Sister Servatius, who became the first president of Briarcliff, said, "To my way of thinking, this is a most unlikely place to build a college." The hill was cut down to create a flat area to begin building.
We really financially started Briarcliff during the Depression, the 1929. And so I think our biggest contribution was labor and probably free teaching. For years, up until the 70s, the sisters worked for stipends.
The first 12 sisters referred to themselves as the 12 Apostles. The burning question was whether or not the college would be ready by open house on September 14, or even the scholastic school year 3 days later. So the sisters took matters into their own hands. Every day for 3 weeks, the sisters walked the mile to and from nearby St. Anthony's home with lunch in hand and trudged up the hill, spending full days scrubbing, cleaning, and polishing. They even went so far as to set up temporary lodging in the then unfurnished rooms and worked hard into the night. Through rain and shine, the sisters ensured that the first building was constructed in time before classes started. It would be known as Heelan Hall, which was dedicated in September 1930. Briarcliff would not exist without the sisters' perseverance and optimism, pouring their time, labor, and resources into the college. Throughout the 30s, growth and development of the campus were at the forefront of innovation and beautification. Cement drains and stairs were installed, as well as a 9-hole golf course and tennis courts. This seemed unnecessary at the time. However, this was the only golf course women could play on at the time, furthering the mission with which the Sisters of St. Francis began. By 1938, Briarcliff had expanded its curriculum to a 4-year college. The Sisters of St. Francis continued to educate everyone on the Franciscan values they cling to so tightly. The first 12 sisters were the homemakers, caretakers, and teachers. And as time went on, the number of sisters on campus decreased, while the number of lay people increased.
The lay people have really picked up the spirit of the values of Francis and Clare, and we have really intentionally provided opportunities to educate the larger campus on the Franciscan values, because the future is the laity are going to be keeping the Franciscan movement alive. So we're fewer in number now, but I think our presence still speaks to all of the people here.
Over the years, Briarcliff's student body grew and evolved with the campus. The library and chapel were built, Heelan was expanded, curriculum was becoming more innovative, male students were admitted, new clubs and organizations were founded, All of these improvements were made while keeping the core Franciscan values in mind. Since the start of Briarcliff, not only have the Sisters of St. Francis given their time, knowledge, and resources, but they have also given generously of their financial resources to Briarcliff to empower the next generation of leaders. They were inducted into the Mother Dominica Society in 2005 for their lifetime achievement of donating $1 million, the first ever in Briarcliff history to do so. They have donated to many projects, big and small, including the Vision 2020 campaign that fueled the development of Franciscan-inspired leaders, Friedman Franciscan Endowed Scholarship for Catholic high school students, their own endowed scholarship for full-time students, and most recently, their $2 million donation to establish the Sisters of St. Francis Endowed Chair in Theology.
I think this $2 million endowment is really a joy for all of us. First of all, because we want Briarcliff to continue. We happen to be able, because we are pretty financially stable right now, we happen to be able to afford to give this gift. And in many ways, there's no better place than Briarcliff, because this is a place where we're educating the next generation of men and women. And that's what we're all about. We started out as a teaching community. And I think because of that, and our dream was to keep educating the next generation. And that's what we're about. And I think this endowment really is a testimony to that, as well as a testimony to continue our Catholic faith and our Franciscan values. So endowing the chair to the theology department is just a wonderful, wonderful way to use some of our funding.
The endowment is one of the largest gifts in Briarcliff's history, and the first time an endowed chair has been gifted to Briarcliff. The endowment will support Briarcliff in the recruitment and retention of faculty, enrich the university's theology program through scholarship and teaching, provide funding for professional development and spiritual projects, and infuse Catholic Franciscan values throughout Briarcliff, the community, and the region.
You know, many religious schools are fortunate to have benefactors that founded the institution and have put down roots. I think we at Briarcliff are especially blessed to have a religious institution in the Sisters of St. Francis of Dubuque that not only planted the seeds, but continue to cultivate Briarcliff. The Sisters, with their endowment for the theology department, have really secured, I think, the future of theology, philosophy, and by extension, the liberal arts that are just so absolutely critical to Briarcliff.
The St. Clare Legacy Society recognizes groups and individuals who have accrued lifetime giving of $5 million or more. With this endowment, the Sisters of St. Francis will be the first ever inductees.
To have the Sisters of St. Francis as the first inductees of our brand new St. Clare Society is, of course, just so fitting. The Sisters founded Briarcliff, and the Sisters continue to support Briarcliff, not only with their resources, but with their wealth, their wisdom, and their time and support, and their prayers, which we absolutely appreciate. And so it's just so fitting that they are the inaugural members of our brand new society.
Since the beginning of Briarcliff's history, the presence of the Sisters has been unmatched, both personally and spiritually.
I was in the prayer garden the other day and I counted the number of sisters who have worked here or lived here, and we're up to 192 at the present time. Now that's a lot of personal presence. So in addition to teaching and working here in offices, sisters have been around a long time.
I have felt the presence of the sisters, not only the current sisters that are here on campus, but also the sisters that have come before here at Briarcliff. And to know that the sisters are praying for us and supporting us and just lifting us up each and every day means so much.
Thank you, and congratulations to the Sisters of St. Francis of Dubuque.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations.